Good morning, guys. Welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Taker. Welcome in, Art Caffeine. Good morning. Rero, good morning. I hope you're having a great Tuesday morning, 7 a.m., sunny Colorado. Guys, let's go ahead and talk about what? What do you want to talk about today? You want to talk about thumbs? Today, let's talk about the thumbnails and talk about the silly clickbait that is so silly because they don't need to do this. The info is great on these guys' channels. I don't understand why. XRP's broken. XRP's finished. All this studio, where are you? You get a lot of requests over here. Where are you, studio? Guys, fear, panic, emotion with these thumbnails. Oh my gosh, that's why we're just look at. People can do what they wish. I still love these channels, and there's nothing negative at all. I love their channels. I really do. I watch their channels. But guys, please stop these clickbaits. Stop it with the I mean, I get it, but you're trying to get these views. But Jace, maybe that's why I don't get any views. Maybe I need to start doing that. Breaking. Every single video is breaking. It's like I love the videos and they have fantastic content. They really do. So why? There's no need for this stuff, guys. No need for this stuff. I'm trying to help. Sophomoric kind of stuff. It really is. Oh boy. XRP's dead. Oh, no. I'm selling all my XRP. I saw one time, I'm selling all my XRP. You get the video. The guy's like, I just bought more XRP. I'm like, that's the opposite of what your thing just said. I don't get it. Why are you doing this? Confusing me. To get the clicks. And you don't need to because the content's fantastic on these channels. Okay, so anyway, quick point to make. Episode for today. That's it. No. We have a little more episode for you today, guys. Welcome, Art. Welcome, everybody, to Crypto Info. Please tap that like and subscribe. It does make a big difference. Makes a huge difference and sends us out to everybody. So please, toss a bone our way. Toss a like our way. If you think we deserve it. If we don't, we don't. All right. Guys, constant panic with this crypto space cracks me up. I hope you guys are laughing at this whole thing as you're hopefully enjoying this journey. Hopefully, now look, we can enjoy the journey. Never financial advice, not a financial advisor. We can enjoy the journey if we don't put money in that we can afford to live without. Like we just got to, if I said that right, you got to be able to afford to live without the money. That's what it is. That we have in crypto. Because you put it in and it's going to go down probably 60, 70% a few times on you. Huh? Right? Till you realize you bear market heights. All right. I hope folks are listening. I hope you're having fun with crypto. Welcome, Mrs. Loopy. And excuse me, welcome, Lodge. Good morning. Hopefully we didn't misspell another 15. No, you didn't. And by the way, and you know who I'm talking to, who may or may not be in here. We're not talking about metals today. We're talking about crypto. No, I'm just kidding. I thought that'd be funny. Studio just said hi, Rero. That was a personal to you. That was specific for you, Rero. Studio just passed me a note and said, hi, Rero. And everybody. Guys, we know the Clarity Act is going to delineate the line between CFTC and SEC and give power probably to one more or the other. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Give clearer rules of order for digital assets. The House passed it months ago, of course, but the Senate is not finished. The Senate, actually, Ag Committee is still hashing. I thought the Senate Ag just put it out, but they might not have. And I think they might still be hashing out, but the support from industry is mixed right now. Key sticking point, of course, is how stablecoin yields and DeFi rules are going to be treated with this whole thing, okay? So banks and big lobby groups, of course, are at the table trying to shape this gun right now, of course, while the government's shut down. Kind of makes you go, The White House is even hosting me. The White House called this thing. Just so you know, White House committee called this thing, okay, with Coinbase and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so some reports say, is Brad there? I wonder if Brad's there. But momentum hasn't, of course, completely disappeared because senators are still working through the language, quote unquote, right? It would give market structure rules a chance. Industry voices like Bitwise Argue that Clarity Act is crucial, of course, for long-term crypto adoption. And here's where we stand right now on the bill, supposedly, okay? Passed the House, referred to Senate mix. We know that piece. No final floor yet, vote yet, but not signed into law just yet, but it can happen, of course, very quickly. And until that happens, investors tend to wait because uncertainty is no bueno. And price action waits too. High price action waits because it don't like uncertainty. Okay. So now that exactly is why the Clarity Act matters, of course, to XRP holders, to all of us, never financial advice, because once crypto has clear rules, capital inflows, of course, are going to go freaking ape crap, and XRP is going to go crazy, is going to go to the moon, so are a number of others. You could literally throw a dart at a number of these cryptos. I'm not a financial advisor, never buy or sell anything is what I say or do. You could lose your socks, your shorts, your pants, your glasses, everything in crypto. I am not a financial advisor, so don't you dare do it. That would be foolhardy. Why would you ever do that? You've got to talk to your financial planner, your registered investment advisor, that lovely character that comes every Sunday and sits down at your kitchen table after the doctor leaves with their doctor bag. This individual comes and sits down at your kitchen table and explains to you where your money is and your finances and so forth. Yes, you and all their other clients. Yes. No. Sorry, that was 1950. They don't do that anymore. Now you don't get a Zoom call either. You get an email. This is what we did. You good with this? With your money? Certified. Good? All right, good. Let's see. Moving on to bigger and better things, because this is my opinion. This is simply my opinion. I am not a financial advisor. Never buy or sell anything. This is what I say or do. Crypto's very risky. You can lose everything in crypto. You've got to talk to your financial advisor first, because this is for informational and educational and sometimes entertainment purposes only, ever. Okay, 401ks suck. There you go. I said it. All right? Bitcoin sucks. There you go. I said it. Ethereum, you suck. All right, there you go. I said it. Okay? All right. Now, don't worry. I got my nice hat on. I'm still smiling. I can still say truthful. I can still call out truthful assessments while I'm smiling and being kind. Come on. If you suck, you suck. Come on. It is what it is. If I sucked at something, all right, now here's Joel. Give you an example. Ninja, right? Clumsy ninja, the wife says. You're the clumsiest ninja I ever met. Okay. We go waterboarding with the one board. Okay, I've water skied before. It took me a time or two to get up, and then I did, and I was like, all right, I can do this. Muscle memory, I got this. I was younger. But I could not get up on this board, on this waterboard for the life of me. The wife got up on this thing first time, no problem. Killing it. I'm like, I could just do so many tricks if I could just get this thing going, and I couldn't. I sucked at it. It is what it is. Ninja sucked at it. I also had an Achilles I was healing from. Of course, I got to throw an excuse out. I was healing from an Achilles tear, but it's kind of totally required to stress your Achilles while you do this. But anyway, so that's my reasoning, but not an excuse. It's a reason. I sucked at it. You got to just admit if you suck at something, you suck at it, even if you're supposed to be good at it. I was supposed to be good. I sucked at it. All right. Anyway, that's my point. Guys, welcome into the channel. Let's be honest about things. If you suck, you suck. Bitcoin, you're a piece of trash roller. You know you are. And Ethereum, boy, you're barely a, oh boy. What can I liken Ethereum to? Because it does run quite a bit. And I can't just say that it's suckadoodles because it doesn't necessarily suck. It might be all right. I mean, it is all right. As far as what it says it's doing and what it serves as. I mean, geez, I don't know. I think I'm a little too hard on Ethereum. I really do. I think, all right, I'm going to come clean and say I'm too hard on Ethereum. Ethereum is still going to not realize a lot of nice price action moving in the coming years. It'll be the Netscapes or the Yahoo. Sorry, it still will be. I'm sorry. It'll still be around. Not Netscapes, Yahoo. All right. It'll still be around. It's okay. This is my opinion. All right, I'm a little too hard on Ethereum. It's that Ethereum will not be able to change its model, whether you are able to or not. I kind of feel like Yahoo could have changed it, and they didn't. But whether you are able to change your model or not, if you do not change your business model to change with the times and change with the changing environment and do what now these new players coming along are doing, you're going to be an AOL or a Yahoo. It is what it is, right? I feel like that's what Ethereum is. To be fair, they're an AOL or a Yahoo. To be fair, they're awesome. They're really good. They do what they said they're going to do. Bitcoin, get out of here. Just you get out of here. You just go away. Bitcoin, you just go away. You're just you're okay. Here's my analogy. Bitcoin is like a kid who got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. The card, I was just getting this for you. I was getting the cookie for you. We're a payments mechanism. No, you're not. And it's clear. No, we're a store of value. No. What's going to happen when that was failing fast? They're switching over to something. No, we're reserve for the U.S. Strategic Reserve. Always switching to another thing, making up a new story on the spot when you're caught red-handed that you ain't the first thing you said you was. Anybody tracking? Oh, boy. Don't get me going. Oh, boy, now we start getting me. Now we get the taker going. Now, come on. You got to be fair, and you got to be smiley, and you got to be honest about Ethereum. Ethereum there's no problem. All right? Guys, this is what this is in crypto. I know you're going, what's he talking about? I tell you, this is not the episode. Of course, not the episode. What the hell do you want me to talk about? There's nothing to talk about crypto. Otherwise, I'm going to hit end stream. We're going to go away. Okay, look at. All right, now look at. This is where you got to be nice to Studio. Studio just shouted out what's going on with metals. No, Rangers and Midwest, we're not doing that. Where are they today? We're the metals guys today. Where are yous? Come on. No, we're not doing metals. We're not. No, see, they brainwashed you. No, this is a crypto channel. No, we will talk about metals if you really want to. Come on, I'm kidding. Have some fun, which is, all right, people I think might be in the comments. Hang on, I might have to get to comments here. I don't know what people would be commenting on because I'm simply stating the obvious truth. There's not really a lot to talk about. Bitcoin and Ethereum are trash, basically. Ethereum's okay, kind of does, but Bitcoin's a store of speculation. Garbage. Why does it it's dominating the whole market, Frank? You don't know what you're talking about? Yeah, I know. Don't worry, I know. I understand its dominance right now. XRP is at $1.61 right now. These freaking prices. Cardano's at 29 cents. Here's the part they're not going to tell you. Well, hang on. Yeah, I think I'm over the target when I say go ahead and move that decimal point over one spot to the right, coming up here on most of these for this next bull run at the height. Hold on. Can you see the share screen? No share screen? Studio's saying we don't have share screen. Oh, boy. No, we're fine. I don't know why you don't have it. We're fine. Yes, we have share screen, Studio. You don't on your phone. Come over, take a look. Hey, if anybody understands how to have what the dilemma is and what the issue is, nobody's able to solve this. When you have a YouTube channel, why would it be that someone else in your vicinity or in your household that would watch your YouTube channel would have a massive delay on their phone every time and have it be that it's not really showing what we're all seeing or the sound? Because we'll have someone in the household will say, I'm watching your channel and you don't have your screen up, whatever, and I'm freaking out, and I look and pull mine up and everybody else in the channel is saying, no, you're fine. So why would that happen? Anybody have any idea? Is that like a checking or a checkup or a weird little mechanism that YouTube has? Why should that happen to someone in the household every time? I feel that's odd. That's an odd thing. Anybody know why YouTube is doing that? Because it makes it be that it's difficult for my assistants here in the household to help me with the channel because they're giving me erroneous information because it's coming up all weird on their freaking phone. Anybody know why that happens? And anybody know why my chat doesn't refresh? Anybody know these things? Because I think I'm missing all kinds of chat. However, if I go over to my phone, boy. Yeah. See, I've got more chat on my phone. Oh, boy, I can't explain the oddities of the world, but what I will explain to you is that if you don't get over to Caleb and Brown, in my professional opinion, not a financial advisor. You could be only a crypto millionaire on paper this time around, and that's simply what I'm going to say about it. Go ahead and call the toll-free number at the bottom as well. I'll say that too. Okay, tell them the tanker sent you. Okay. They got U.S. offices as well, so don't sweat it. All right, fiat leak. Let's see what's happening with asteroids here. We've got about, hi, Pupper. We've got about 200,000, 250. Oh, you're so beautiful. My dog is just beautiful. Beautiful pit bulls. About 300,000 XRP trading on these exchanges in the past minute, as you see there. XRP trackers talking about daily volume 41 million. Monday, February 2nd, right up here. If you look at the huge pointer there, 41.75 million XRP dollar capital inflows coming in. Struggling, fumbling, and bumbling because I didn't have old man glasses on. Bitwise, 24.25 mil capital inflow coming in yesterday. Franklin Templeton pulling in 7.64 mil, and it's XRPZ. Canary Capital pulling in 5.57 mil. Grayscale pulling in 2.42 mil. Rex Osprey pulling in $1.81 million in XRP Sprott ETF money. And 21 shares Toxer pulling in $54.11 million in XRP. The numbers are in XRP being locked up. Shares per day, Bitwise 1.25 mil. Franklin 404,000. Canary 301K. Grayscale 71K, almost 72K. Rex 126.9K, 21 shares, 3.2K. Quite a bit of XRP locked up. Total XRP locked up is 755.52 mil as of now in XRP vaults to account for the XRP spot ETFs put out by the following AUMs you see here, where that big ass mouse is right there. 1.30. Are we dropping AUM? I don't like it. We were at 1.5. We were at 1.5 bill AUM. We're only at 1.3.33 now. Not liking it. Money leaving XRP. Week 5 net flow is a negative 30 mil. That's not good news. Let's cover this stuff. Be honest, XRP's tanking over here when it comes to these inflows. Not cool. Versus outflows. Went over today. I can't be careful what I say because of the algorithm. I went and put a bunch of money down and I won. I won so much. Oh, yeah, you won. Oh, yeah. How about all the times you lost, though? Make sure you tell me about all the times you lost, too, when you went there. Yeah, look at all this outflow money. Not cool. 30.94 mil in the red. Not looking great for XRP, yet we'll have a thumbnail that'll say, XRP's going to the moon. Then you pull the episode. Yeah, it's actually negative 30.94 mil. That's not what your thumbnail said. Anyway, XRP rich list. What's happening over here? Activated accounts, 77 mil, approximately 7.5 mil. And if you look at that, it's really about 3.75 million of those accounts, about half, have about $10 of XRP, 10 XRP in those wallets or less. So they're not even really active wallets playing ball. So really out of active wallets, we're really only talking about 3.25 or so million wallets. Total available XRP, 99 bill, burned 14 mil. Escrowed 33 bill, almost 34 bill. Circulating supply. So that's okay. So it keeps getting, it continues to get escrowed each month because when XRP, of course, when Ripple, dumps on the market, quote unquote, they're dumping on the market. They're taking the majority of the billions of XRP for that month, the beginning of every month, and they're actually escrowing it, thereby increasing this number here. Circulating supply, 66 bill for XRP. There's the pie laid out right there, which again is not so accurate because you have to take half the activated accounts and consider that only 10 XRP really are in there. Is this me or are you Studio? No. Studio's doing other things. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get this going here this morning and try not to break my Mikey. This video going back January 16th, 2026. The point is that Davos this year happened to be just a little bit different. A statement being made this year.
other fellow, Victoria Coates. Victoria, thank you so much for being here. I think Brian and I both would agree when we hear Davos, we go, eh. However, the president is going with the biggest group of U.S. representatives ever. This is flood the zone. We're here. What kind of message did that send to the rest of the world, particularly those thumb-sucking globalists?
Well, Dagan, Brian, good to be with you. And yeah, I think the thumb-sucking globalists are probably shaking in their Gucci shoes at this point because they know President Trump is coming as in a master of the universe mode to lay down the law with them about how things are going to go. And Europe has been making all of
Okay, and I very nicely might add that in that statement, he brought who? Who? Brad who? Brian who? Huh? What happened? What did he do? What kind of move did he make? Larry who? Constantly tokenizing the real-world assets, blah, 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 on a unified ledger? Huh? What? Wait, what'd you say? Wait, what's about to happen? Shots been fired. Everybody been told and warned. That's what just happened at Davos, setting the pace for what's going to happen moving forward. Here we go. Game on. Game on. Thank you, studio. We can't see you. Can't hear. What do you mean you can't hear? Can't hear what? Hold on. See what I mean? See, studio's saying can't hear, making me think my sound is up, but I can hear it fine. Oh, can't hear. Oh, can't hear the thing. Yeah, I know. That's because I can't get the mic to go down there. Sorry there, quantum. How would we pronounce Quantium? Quantium. Yeah, because it's almost like a cha in there. But maybe not. Maybe it's just quantum. I think it's quantum. Hey, welcome to the channel. Haven't seen you, and welcome to Crypto Info, blockchain made as easy as it possibly can be made, I do believe. We're laying out, for everybody who's either new on the channel or not, whether you are or not, crypto is very boring right now, and here's what's going on, and here's why. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't you dare ever look at these. Don't look at the pretty lights. Don't look at them. Don't you dare ever buy or sell anything is what I say or do on the channel. And definitely, no matter what you do, don't you ever play this video back in 3 years and see where the prices of those three are. All right. Here's the deal. I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. Crypto is very risky. You lose your pockets, stocks, shorts, pants, glasses, everything in crypto. You better talk to your registered investment advisor before you make any financial moves, because I am not a financial advisor for informational education purposes only, sometimes for entertainment. So if I say all that, you can't get down to me when I say 401ks are crap. All right. Now, everybody look at your 401k and tell me how it's been doing over the past decade. All right. Thank you. Now, moving on. No, kidding. Take a look at your 401k and tell me, how much is in the average American 401k? It's something like 200-something thousand. Maybe, I'm going to retire at 401k. You know, you need like 3 million or so to retire, especially considering inflation. Knowing, of course, that inflation is not 3% like they're saying, because they're telling you that they're using core inflation numbers. And they're also using supercore. Core inflation numbers don't include your food and your energy, and supercore doesn't include your food, your energy, or your shelter, your housing. That's rent, and that's also your mortgage payment. Okay, I hope we're understanding what's happening here and what they're saying to you, because they're not lying to you. They're speaking a language that 99% of you, I'm going to say this very kindly and nicely, and I mean nothing negative at all, don't understand, because you know what? I was in that club just a short time ago where I didn't understand either. And I thought, no, come on. My inflation, they're saying it's 3%. It kind of just feels like it's more like 7% or so, or higher, 8 or 9. Could even be like 12% if I consider my shelter, everything. Okay. Well, the reason why you're thinking that is that you're not off. Is because they're telling you they're using core CPI numbers, consumer price index numbers, and also super core CPI numbers, which are what I just told you. So they're using a different language. They're not lying. Oh, they're telling the truth. You just don't understand the language they're talking. Neither did I. No, now you do. Now we're understanding. Go check on what I said, because it is true. What I said is actually factual. Go check on me. That's been happening they couldn't be doing that under everybody's nose the whole time. They could. Yes, you don't even know what they're saying. We're not going to have to listen to that anymore. Now we got a new guy, Kevin Warsh. We're never. My colleagues and I. No, thank you, studio. I've got enough coffee. Thank you, studio. Our colleagues and I, with our dual mandate goal to keep inflation numbers low, below 2%, and labor markets robust, feel we've achieved our goals. Oh my gosh, get the hell out of here. All right, now, let's keep this positive tonight. Studios, tell me what? Tell them about what? No, I can't. You can't go make them. No, it's up. I can't make fun of people. You just did. Well, all right. Now, the new guy, Kevin Warsh, he's up there going, and the plumbing we do at the Fed. It's like, what? They literally spoke like that. He said, the plumbing we do at the Fed. The plumbing we do at the Fed, the tank speaks better. What the heck are you talking about? Whoa. You speak like that, people think you don't understand finance. The plumbing we do at the Fed? What you talking? He literally said that. Okay, no offense. I don't want to dog anybody. I don't care who it is. I'll dog you. Look at, I dog myself, so if you're doing something dumb, I'm going to dog you. Now, look, I'm going to do it with a smile because I love you. I love everybody, including, Rangers, don't you start. Don't start with the medals. What's up, buddy? When the energy picks up, all the dogs come around. When I do that outside and get outside, the alpacas come over, the llamas, they usually don't, but they do when I do this. And then the goats come over. When the energy increases, it's like the likes. They get sent out. People start coming into the stream. All right, now bring your energy up. Get excited. Crypto's boring right now. That's what we're here for, is to provide some excitement and some get us through. Mrs. Loopy and Rangers in the comments over here. Now look at Mrs. Loopy says they don't want us to learn. I don't think they do. In my opinion, they want to whip around like a freaking wet dish rag and not have you understand finance the way they do, so they can tuck the tuck. And then you sit there and say, well, they told me what it was, and that was just what happened with the prices at the grocery store. Now you see what's happening with the prices at the grocery store. You can make mistakes, but remember, never use leverage. Oh, my gosh, please don't ever use leverage. Look at it. I'm not a financial advisor, never financial advice, blah, 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 blah. But don't use leverage. Oh, my gosh. Marchster says, Loopy, it happened to me as well. Hang on. What happened to you as well? I'm horrible with these comments. All right. Oh, boy. I'm terrible. Oh, boy. I'm missing. Yeah, I understand. Don't worry. I get scolded by studio. See, I told you. You don't go back. Studio gives a scolding. I miss all these comments. It's the program. You can't play it. Come on. Send out the like and subscribe. Send it out to everybody. We're having fun in here. Good morning, Tanker. Good morning, says Lodge. Good morning, Loopy. Howdy to everybody and the crypto fam. Rero says, I'm waiting to the end of February and we'll start to buy. You might be too late by that because that's what everybody thinks, and then all of a sudden they got to send it up before the end of February. See what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to happen, never financial advice, but that's how it happens. Smiley face back to it. We love you, Rero. Rero sounds like a good plan. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. Onjax says, morning all. Good morning, Onjax. Love the name. Marchster says, ETH cost, ? Not to mention, I won't say I will be nice. Not a fan over here of the ETH either. My comeback to you would be, Marchster, with my hiccups on Q, would be to you, why would you be a fan of Ethereum? Okay, here's the thing. There are better operating systems than Ethereum. Wait, what? There are other XRP. You could do something different than Ethereum? Yeah. All right. Here's the thing. Here's what some folks, a million of them. You're going to have to go into comments for activity like that, studio. Nice question, though. Guys, wake the f up. Oh, my gosh. There are tons of better, let's just say better. Guys, you go, okay, somebody drop in the comments what's your favorite Ethereum alternative is in the comments. You drop your favorite Ethereum alternative. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. I want to hear what you guys like instead of Ethereum. There's like a number of them instead of Ethereum. Go on CoinMarketCap if you have to and check some white paper real quick if you need to. But go ahead and tell me what you like. I have a number of them in the portfolio, and I've named them already. By the way, it's going to be part of the Patreon. I'll get to the rest of these questions in 2 seconds. That's going to be part of the Patreon, and that's why we haven't launched the Patreon, because I didn't figure out how to do the Patreon the right way, so that, like we do the plumbing at the Fed. What'd you say, Warsh? This is how we do the plumbing at the Fed? The plumbing we do at the Fed. That's funny. The wholesale rails that we use. Guys, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh, the Patreon. The Patreon's simply going to be never financial advice, obviously, and clearly stated. But the coaching thing I was going to do would get on the coaching call, make us money for with the coaching. And okay, here's what happens. When I charge, $1,500 for a couple few hours, whatever, for coaching, like you've seen, of course, before, and it's okay. God bless. Do what you wish. But when I charge that much, that means someone out there like you guys has to pay that much and part with that much money. I don't feel good about that. That's too much. Come on, I know you ain't got it like that. Now, if you did, and I know some folks are desperate enough where they really need that awesome pro advice, but they really, really, right now, it hurts them financially. It's a lot of money for them. And they pay it because they're caught between a rock and a hard place. And here I am grabbing that money being like, no, I don't think so. So that price is going to be very reasonable. And instead of me making literally probably $500 an hour for coaching or $250 an hour for coaching or whatever like these folks are charging, I'm going to be taking a measly whatever by folks paying whatever, $10 a month for the Patreon, getting the lives in the Patreon, doing that same thing. And then that way, I got a bogey. That way, we got a wasp that flies around sometimes in the studio. That way, the individual is only paying whatever it is, $10 a month, to see exactly live how to set up all the cold storage wallets, how to navigate the crypto space without it being financial advice. It's for education. I have a right to do that legally, not responsible for financial decisions. And also the education of, and in full transparency, I have a right to show my full portfolio and what I hold of each of the ones that I've already mentioned to you folks, like 50 of them, 48 of them, of the projects. And you get to see real time what's happening when the bull run's happening for paying whatever it is, $10 a month. You're getting all this for the $10 a month. That during the bull run or whatever, that I'm not a financial advisor, you are watching your friend at the same time, Frank the Crypto Tank, and his moves he is making during the crypto up and down of this next bull run. Could be up, down, and then up, down. Could be a double or triple tap with a couple of dead cat bounces. More than one way to skin a cat. Why are we doing this to cats? So you never know. You guys might want to see what a master is doing in the crypto space. Never financial advice. For that, it's freaking whatever, $10 a month. Thereby, at the end of a couple of years of us waiting for this and people paying for the Patreon, they thereby have only paid a couple of $100 each year. Excuse me. So like $400 they paid, which is basically like the 2 hours of the coaching that these guys are charging. You catching my drift? So I'm doing a way that's way more affordable, folks. So catch on to the Patreon coming up. Not yet. I'll tell you when it's active and when I do it. I'm going to make it, and it's going to be simple. It's why we haven't made the Patreon yet. Quite plainly, I realize the truth of it. Because too many moving parts, too much stuff, too much fluff. More is not necessarily better. Less is better, less parts, more quality with each of those parts. So we're only doing 2 parts. We're saving you tons of money. That's my Patreon spiel. You need to get on it too, because there's a reason why I just did that. That wasn't just some kind of, because I've listened to the other Patreons and I've seen what they do. And I'm telling you, I am offering the value here that is pretty remarkable, in my opinion. Now, back to comments. I'm waiting to the end of Feb, says Rewa. God bless you. Wait, go ahead. Do it. It's okay. Anjax, we love you. Marchster, we love you with the Ethereum comment. Not a fan here, of course. Metals are going to be fine. Don't worry. Silver and gold are coming back up. They can't suppress it for that long. This is the proof that they're suppressing it. holy crap, metals are going to go back up. Don't you freaking worry. If you got your chance to buy on metals, do it now. Not a financial advisor. No, I'm kidding. Come on. If you got your chance to buy on metals, do it now. You don't buy anything because of what I say. You know that. I can tell you what I do, though. What I do is I consider, as never being a financial advisor, I consider that they're suppressing metals, and I say, now, wait a minute, I think I'm going to buy more metals when they're down because they're going to go back up, and you can't suppress this thing forever, and they're trying to do it again. Mrs. Loopy says, TPDB, interrupt you if I have unsubscribed to you 2 times. What? Wait, what? Oh, I don't know. I don't know why this... I don't even understand YouTube, Mrs. Loopy. I am not sure, but I got to tell you, just to, on a blanket note, I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't understand YouTube myself. I really don't. I'm on here on YouTube. I don't understand how half it works. Rero says the big guys are buying. Yes, they are. Whale wallets are buying. Institutions are laughing, going, we're smart money, and this is why you folks, I see you and institutional buyers are looking at X going, see all you dumb money retail? I see all your comments in X except for the smart ones there. See, this is why we're smart money and you're dumb money. Marchner says, do you know anything about I Trust Capital? Thoughts? I don't, and I want to know. I Trust Capital, shout out to you. Reach out to us and let us know if you would like to offer us a deal. Because I'd like to know. Yeah, I know. I'll get to it. Studio's helping us with comments. Yes, the powers that be. Gotcha. That's what it is, that abbreviation. Boy, old people really struggle. You can make mistakes, but remember, never use leverage, and we agree 100% on that, Miss Rero. Do not play leverage. Hollywood said, ETH is the cassette tape of smart contract chains. Good way to say it. Thank you for the backup. A nice way to say it. Marchster says, at Hollywood, wow. Why did you do that? I wonder, Marchster. Okay, I think you're saying yes. Cry, a river for ETH. Rangers, guess not. Rangers, we love you with the medals. Isn't Rangers our medal guy? Lupe. Wait, I did? Oh, I'm going to get to it. Yeah, Studio's helping me that I'm missing things. Rangers, I'm sorry. I know, Rangers, medals guy. I love you, buddy. Rangers, no. Loopy, do you have a Patreon? Yes, we do. But it's just like, it's lame. I don't know. It's not ready yet. It's not up. It's not like, don't worry. Yes, we do. And it's going to be incredible. And it's going to have 2 major pieces, which are going to show you and my community exactly educationally with live stream videos, how to actually literally do the cold wallet and everything. I'm not kidding. How to get on the exchanges, not the exchanges, blah, blah, blah. How to get onto Caitlin Brown and everything and so on and so forth. Not being a financial advice, but it being an education piece. And also the second thing is you'll have access to all of my, what my portfolio is doing. It moved. You have to show me again. It moved. You'll have access to all of what my portfolio is doing constantly and during the bull run and so on and so forth, which isn't financial advice. You're just looking at it, okay? Yeah, I know. Rangers is out because he doesn't want to do metals. Oh, Hollywood. Yeah, sorry, Rangers. I know. Rangers wants it to be a metals channel. It's a crypto channel, Rangers. I'm sorry, buddy. I love you, buddy. Come in and talk about crypto. We're not a metals channel. That's hilarious. Oh, Hollywood's selling all your XRP. Is that what you're saying? That's funny. I know. I have people I know that literally just bought $50,000 worth of XRP. And that's funny. You just sold all yours. So talk about 2 opposite ends of the spectrum, Hollywood. Whoopsie daisy. Well, anyway, I hope you're not being serious. And if you are, it's your business. This is all your stuff. I'm not kidding either. Yeah, I literally know folks who just bought $50,000 worth of XRP. So that's an interesting contrast that you just told me you sold yours, which I don't know how much it is. And I know someone who just bought $50,000 worth, literally. So anyway, interesting. Wow. I didn't see it. Why didn't that come into my comments? Studio, I don't have that in my comments. Why did not? Wow. Well, Well, Hollywood, talk to me about it, man. Rangers get out because he knows we're not doing metals. Oh, Rangers, we don't want. Come on, we don't want to diss anybody. I feel bad. I don't like people getting being out and then we're still here and then somebody's not in here. I don't like that. Come on, Rangers, get your butt back in here. You could talk about crypto with us. DA for I got a pile of copper and aluminum if he's interested. That kind of whales, guys. Good morning, Crypto Midwest, Hollywood. I didn't tank Ben since wait, what? Oh, I didn't tank Ben here since 2017. Just like to stir up the pot. You're hilarious. I thought you had said that last time. That's why I asked you if you were joking. No, studio. Hollywood is joking. Hollywood's the jokester. I know. Studio just did a huge sigh of relief. I know. Marcher's saying Rangers don't leave. Come on. Just because Rangers don't leave just because we're not doing metals. Come on. All right. I mean, we are a crypto channel, though. We got to kind of, we are, I mean, I am going to go ahead and say don't buy or sell anything because what I say or do. But I mean, this is, we do, this is literally, okay, guys, literally, we are about metals and other things and so forth, and so on and so forth, okay? Hey, Mrs. Loopy, real quick. Boom. A boom. All right. So, guys, there's no question. We're about metals and other, and you know, real estate and other solid things that play over time that any wise money individual is going to be allocated nicely into. Some percentages more heavily based on one or the other performing more heavily, but this is kind of like what we do here. That's why if you go back to our first video, it is one of our first videos at least is the 3 X's. And boy, is it embarrassing when you go back to the beginning and see how uncomfortable I was on the camera. How funny. But this is really what we do here. Never buy or sell anything is what I say or do. Been not a financial advisor. Crypto is very risky. You lose your socks, shorts, pants, glasses, everything in crypto because you must consult your RAA before you make any financial decisions. After that, tell your doctor to come by with his doctor bag and his bedside manner. Back to the program here. Comments. Oh, boy. Hollywood says, love Sui over ETH. You asked for the alternatives. All right. You got a Sui fan. I got studio talking. Range, you have Pax Gold. Guys, you know, what are we at? Like 4,000? What is gold at right now? Hold on. Whoops. Gold is at what? Somewhere around 49-ish. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up, by the way. A quick little share screen. I know it's not metals, but I want to know. I want to know. Don't worry. It's not about anybody else. I want to know. I want to know. I have a whole bunch of silver. I want to know. I want to see what they're doing with silver, and I got some gold too. I want to see what they're doing with silver and gold. I want to know. Oh, stop it. Because then you click on that, and then you got, it's the same as if you did. Whether you did or didn't. They get you. Metals. Stop making me click on these stupid things. All right, here, let's get silver real quick. Oh. Let's get a 5-day on silver. Let's get a 1. What are you doing? What is that view? That's because it's a 30-minute view. I don't want that view. Hold on. Let's grab a 1 month. I don't know. Let's not. I don't understand why I can't see that view. See, this is why we don't do metals, because it's the divine forces are telling us, guys, you're a crypto channel. You're not metals. Okay. I hope that the metals shoot to the freaking moon, though. because it means that got lots of money. Anyway, Bitcoin, I don't care if you shoot to the moon or not. Why? Because I don't really have a lot of you. If I had a lot of you, would I care? I probably would care a lot more. Ethereum, I don't have a lot of you. So I don't care if you go to the moon. Man, I don't care. XRP, I got a lot of you. I want you to go really high. Solana, I got kind of a lot. I want you to go really high. Cardano, please go really high in price, please. Hey, Chainlink, please go very high in price. Hey, Stellar, you better go up high in price for me, please. So you say, Sui, I don't have it. You're open, so he goes up high in price. You latched on to that play, which was wise. I did not. I missed Sui. That's okay. I didn't miss these others. Hedera, you better really go high in price. I really hope you do. Never a financial advisor. Of course I'm not. Come on. Ethereum Classic, I hope you really go high in price. I don't know. Internet ICP, I hope you go high in price. You know, Algorithm, I hope you go really high in price. I really do. Quant, I hope you go very high in price. And Filecoin and Render and VeChain, I hope you go very high in price. XDC, go high in price if you don't mind, please. You know, the ones you got a lot of, you want them to go high in price. You understand? That's what we're going for. We're looking for life-changing situations. I am. Most folks that are in crypto are looking for a life-changing situation. What do I mean by that? Most folks that are into crypto, they don't care about making money. That's not why they're in crypto. They care about the technicality of the projects, and they care about, posting over on X and Reddit and so on and so forth. They don't want to make any money. That's not why they're in crypto. Really? Because I kind of thought they were in crypto to, like, make money. That's why I'm in crypto, and, like, a lot of people are. Please don't lose sight of the truth and quit bull crap when you sell me. Everybody's in crypto. Make money. All right, now look at. I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice. So this is for educational purposes only, entertainment. You can lose your shirts about everything in crypto. It's very risky. You got to talk to your financial advisor and never make any moves because of what I say. Now, on that note, everybody is doing crypto to make freaking money. So everybody's trying to find the next play, which is why I'm going to charge for the Patreon, because people can follow what someone they think knows what they're doing, and then of course talk to their financial advisor. If they want to make a move, then they can do that after they talk to their financial advisor. But somebody could lay out groundwork for them and a template or an example. Someone who knows what they're talking about, and who tends to be right as rain 3 years later without bragging at all. And everyone around in my circle was like, how in the hell, like 3 to 5 years later, are you always freaking right? You sound so ludicrous at the time. I got to tell you, you really sound kind of weird at the time. How does it always, I don't know. All right. So anyway, never a financial. Stewart Level coming back in. You haven't seen you for months, buddy. Where the hell you been? Gold and Silver's elementary. What's up, Tank? It is elementary, but the thing is I love you, and we love Rangers and everybody. This channel is for crypto, and maybe just a little bit of silver and a little bit of gold. All right. No problem there. A little bit of copper. Maybe. All right. Smash that like and subscribe. Take that huge pile of copper you got in your backyard. Bring it over to the scrap. Well, not yet. Bring it over to the scrapyard once the prices go higher, because they are going to go higher. I remember being in the contracting industry. I think we were in the Missouri area at the time. And boy, we had access because of what we were doing legally and righteously. There was nothing wrong with it. We had the ability and the right to take the copper as the scrap when we were doing the demo. Everybody had agreement that we could take it, no problem. They didn't want to deal with the removal of it and what it took and blah, blah, blah for the cost of what they would get to bring it to the yard. So we did it and we took it. And boy, all right, anyway, that was when copper was going. That was some time ago. Whenever copper was going, years recent when it was up. And we're like, oh my gosh. Anyway. Smash that likey and subscribe. Daf, I don't know how to say that. How would you say that handle? DA4Dim. I feel like sometimes people are trying to trick me and have me say something very dirty on the air. But no, DA4Dim. I don't feel like it's a little something. Is that a little riddle? Like a nuclear war, says this one, either a male or a female. I wouldn't know. I was going to say he says. He, she, not calling you he, she. He or she says. That'll be life-changing. I hope folks are laughing out there. LOL, will do. We love you, buddy. I don't know if you're a male or a female. Welsh, you're Welsh. And by the way, I'm totally trying to be fun. Thanks, brother. And I'm guessing you're male. I'm going to guess that you're male. And if you're Welsh, then, all right, here's the thing. I need to take myself traveling. All right. Got relatives over in Italy still. My sister went over to Rome we got a friend over in Rome. My sister went over to study abroad 2 semesters in Rome. Her major is Italian's language as classics or something, whatever it was, but got to stay with family over in Rome. Got family over there, got family in Italy and other parts of the planet, and I don't go to sea. Need to travel. I love the Welsh. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. Welcome to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. It does help us a great deal if you toss me a bone, which means toss me a like if you think I earn it. All right. And a sub. And a subscribe. And a share, by the way, sends us out to all your friends and family. I am identifying as male, which tells me that you understand this funny little world we live in. Hats off, brother, and welcome, my good friend. Welcome to the party. Welcome to those who subliminally, of course, make it known that they see things the same way in this world. How hilarious. Yes, welcome to the intelligent bunch that come to the crypto space. Here you caught Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with the tanker and cool people like DeFordim and also Captain Wrench coming back in. Hey, guys and gals, hope you're all having fun. Great day. Don't forget, oil markets. Guys, here's the thing. People ask me and they're like, what kind of channel do you have? And I'm like, well, I have and I'm thinking about it and I'm like, do I say I have a crypto channel? Because I do. It's XRP, XLM. It's these. Okay, here's the channel, right? Guys, you ain't learning about no crypto unless you're learning about Forex markets as well. You're learning about other commodities like oil, blah, blah, blah. You're learning about some metals and things, okay? So, that's why we say, Rangers, don't go away. We still going to talk about metals. We're still going to talk about oil. We're still going to talk about all this stuff. We're primarily a crypto channel. And this is why it's fantastic for you metal and oil folks and some other reg stock folks, which we love dearly, to come in and start learning a little bit more about crypto to see we're not some newfangled weird animal that's got teeth that are going to bite you and gnaw you and claw you. No, come on. Crypto can be played properly and done properly. We've got professionals in the crypto space, professional foundations and crypto projects that are interlacing with existing legacy systems, as we all know, and are changing the world of finance and other things. So, and AI as well. Yeah, how about AI? Exactly, Wrench. So, know that when we get off to other topics, folks who only want to talk about the 3 crushers, which never buy or sell anything because what we say or do. And by the way, remember that this is for information and educational purposes only. This is our big draw right here, but we are also into other things. Wrench says, and the main one no one thinks about, food, gas, oil, electric, and more. Exactly. And this is what we're talking about. This whole, guys, here's the thing. Our beloved XRP ledger is going to be processing, or let's just say tokenizing a lot of this stuff. A lot of these commodities, oil, whatever it is, soybeans, milk, blah, blah, blah. All of this stuff's going to be tokenized. You guys don't land, blah, 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 metals. It's got to be tokenized. Not only on the I don't believe tokenized only on the XRP ledger. That's my opinion. It's not going to be the only ledger, and that's my opinion. Anyway, that's up to other folks too. But anyway, guys, please remember. I'll get back to your comments in a second, guys. Remember this: that what I'm doing is I struggled with coaching because we have Mrs. Loopy and others in here, and I struggled with anybody who's charging for coaching. If you don't charge, $150, I mean, come on, for my business and what I do and what folks do in the world for your business. If you're a professional in most areas of the country, you're going to be charging about $125, $150 an hour, whatever, for your services, whatever, or more. Okay. if you're a professional and you've got a nice little niche. Now, here's the thing. Crypto is one of those things where most folks don't have the professional info. Most folks out there don't have the ability to help somebody who's coming new into crypto to help with all of the cold wallets and understands proficiently how to use and open and start all of the cold wallets, all of them. And all the exchanges and navigate all of them, including a Caleb, which is a broker. I guess Uphold's a broker. But anyway, all of these exchanges, and never for financial advice, but for informational educational purposes, and then to do that live with you, charging whatever it is. I think I'll charge $9.99 a month, $10 a month. So, and also showing my entire portfolio. 48 projects, whatever we have, 50-something projects. Some are AI. Showing all that I have and what I hold of the projects and what I'm doing during the whole next bull run. So in the end, if it's a year or two, you end up paying like $200 a year or something like that for it. 220, 240, whatever it is. $400 or $500 you pay for a 2-year period of watching through, never financial advice, watching what a pro is doing, understanding how to set up with crypto, and do all of this stuff, which ends up being like $400. Instead of these folks are charging $400, $500 an hour for 1 hour of coaching. I swear, go on these sites. There's some that have 2-3 hours of coaching, and it's like $1,800. I'm like, well, what? What? You know, what the hell are you doing? Wait, what? God bless you. Now, if that money's got to come out of your pocket, though, is the thing. And that's the part where I stopped. And I'm like, dude, that's why you're not doing a Patreon. You don't feel comfortable. It's too much money. So if I charge whatever it is, $9.99 a month, and I give everything, my portfolio, show what I'm doing, explain with live videos is included in the cost. Every single cold wallet, everything, show the whole process, how to get crypto on cold, how to get it, how to put it, blah, blah, blah. You end up paying $400 or $500 at the end of a couple-year period to do that, learn all that, totally a deal. I am not messing with anybody if I do that. I end up making a little bit of money doing that. It's fine, and I can help people and teach. That's what's going on with the Patreon. That's why we haven't really done it on a large scale yet, because I didn't know how really to do it. I was trying to put too much rigmarole in there. It's only those two things as of right now. That's what the Patreon will be, and I will build it, and I will do it. So I hope that helps folks like Mrs. Loopy and others who I'm sure would gladly pay whatever, $10. I could be wrong, would pay $10 a month to be in the Patreon, to have access to the tanker live. You know what I mean? Like live streams and showing you exactly how to do all this stuff. Anywho, let me get back to my comments. And Crypto Midwest says, just renamed... Yeah, exactly, dude. Yep, you know what I mean. And Wrenchy says, and it made nobody think, yes, food and gas, exactly. DeFordim says, I've been watching crypto YouTube for 6 years. The first time you popped up, this is better than the others. Good, I'm glad. Thank you for saying that. And I hope I pop up on a lot of other folks as come across their desk. The way to do it, of course, is to hit the like, please. And if you haven't subbed, sub and share it with someone. That counts twice as much, because the algorithm then sends me out to people and then they can catch me. And thanks for saying that. I appreciate you. I mean, come on. Nobody even knows I exist. And we're probably never going anywhere on the channel. That's okay. It's still fun. It's fun talking with you guys each morning. Yeah, everything, exactly, Wrench. We have a channel that just covers everything. Mainnet, Wrench says, is bigger than any one XRP ledgers, yep, built on Ripple Mainnet. Well, okay, yeah. People need that help, soon. They want to wear, wait, you're saying people need, yes, they do. They really do, dude. People need the help, and they don't need to pay $1 million for it, okay? Mrs. Loopy says paid $300 an hour with a guy out of Canada 3 years ago. Okay, which is, hey, God bless. Look at, if you're being providing value, God bless. You know, whatever, you charge what you charge. But that money's got to come out of the other side of the equation, which is your client, your customer, your community member. It's got to come out of your buddy's pocket in your community, and you know, you don't want to. Come on, how much is it per hour for a $3,000 per hour. No, I'm just kidding. Captain Rich, that's why there's so few out there because people don't, know, it's true. Mrs. Light, I agree. Mrs. Loopy, I know Studio's trying to tell me, I know what he's talking about. Mrs. Loopy, he wasn't much help, but I learned from him. Okay, well, good. Okay, well, I think what you mean is he wasn't much help taking you to the finish line as far as getting your stuff logistically real world set up and done, but you did learn a lot of information from this person is what I'm gathering. And if I might be wrong with that, but my mission with this is going to be a very nuts and bolts style where we just get it done. This is the value of the tank, and I will tell you, oh my gosh, let me just tell you this real quick. Here's what I will take in the world. I used to hire for 7 stores in New York and New Jersey area back in the day. 7 different stores in my region. And I hated firing. I freaking hated it. I'm too nice. I hated it. I hired based on who you were. And then I looked at kind of like what I kind of thought you could do skill-wise. Because I thought who you are is something I am never going to change and neither is anybody else. And it's something I can never teach. So if who you are is already someone like my wife and I were just watching Ronald Reagan this morning and how he was preaching at 15 at his church to start practicing his public speaking skills. And he also was like a lifeguard for like 5 years and saved like 77 lives or something in a 5-year period. Something crazy, Ronald Reagan. Amazing individual. Lighthearted, amazing individual that everybody wanted to be around. Lighthearted spirit. He wasn't trying to get city council. They just gave it to him because he was lighthearted in spirit. Interesting guy, Ronald Reagan. Now, here's the thing. Point being about all of this is that that's how everything works. And that's how all of this stuff works. So I'm not going to get too deep into it. I don't want to get too deep on points that are, I feel like they really make sense. And then I start talking about it and feel like people are like, just stop. Stop, tanker. Talk about something interesting, please, if you don't mind. Me and my friends, Wrench says, have been playing, and I will. Let's get to some interesting stuff. Sorry, Marster says, your knowledge is vast, Tank. Totally worth it. Actually, kind of inexpensive. I think so, too, and thanks for your vote. Because I'd feel weird taking so much dough from my peeps in my community. But I think you got to understand the value of things. Like I let a young chap who is a subs for my business. He's a great guy. He wants to keep using my expensive equipment, a piece of equipment, and I let him do it because he's trying to get on his feet. And after a while, I told him, I said, you're going to have to, eventually I had to say, look, you got to go rent this thing. I can't just I'm not teaching you anything if I just keep letting you. And he's like, you're right. I need to go buy my own version of this thing. And he did. And God bless him. Standing on his own 2 feet. Good. Yep. Yep. Me and our friend says, there's points to be made. You got to teach people how to fish. Captain Wrench says, me and a friend have been playing with sending crypto cross borders using defrant ledgers and wallets. Some cheap, some expensive. How cool. Is it fun? I wouldn't, Captain Wrench, see, I assume too much. Because I assumed that you would never be into anything that's like, relatively techie like that. And I mean no offense whatsoever. I just didn't think that you would be. And there I go. Shame on me for judging and assuming. Wow, you kind of surprised me. That's cool. Nice, dude. Sweet. Tell me more about that experience. How was all that? Marster says the wallets are an issue for so many. It is the stopping point. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I will take an ounce of, it is true, Marster. And this is what happened. You reminded me of what I was saying before. I took one time a wallet. I was having such issues. It took 2 weeks. I went to it, went back to it, went to it, went back to it. I'm like, it's not going to work. No, you're going to get this. Tank, you're going to get this. You're not giving up. You're not giving up. I swear 2 weeks later, I made it work. One of the wallets. I'm not kidding. It was only one. Thank goodness. But it was 2 weeks on the thing. And I was like, you're doing something wrong. No, I was doing everything proper. I don't know what happened. I think it was probably my computer not talking proper. I think that was what it was in the end. Communication issue with my computer. And then, of course, I upgraded and boom, boom, boom. That's another thing. Careful about computers that you're using. Make sure you're having newest. Always, never financial advice. Always my suggestion. Newest upgraded things. Apple tends to be very safe. It's iOS operating system when it comes to dealing with cryptos and things like this. And never buy cold storage wallets and things like this off Amazon or anywhere else, but directly off the legitimate site itself, like Ledger.com, so on and so forth, because people buy them on the sites itself, and then they open them and get the seed phrase and then rewrap them, make it look like it's new, sell it on Amazon, you get it, you put all your crypto on there, they then reactivate the seed phrase, which they had from the beginning, and steal all your crypto. So be very careful and don't do things like that. Wrench says you can hype the channel that well. That will help you. Yes. I hope so. Guys, I hope this channel freaking blows up during this next bull run. Just to play devil's advocate, Hollywood says 40 plus projects seems too diverse, ? Not when you've done it over a long enough period of time and you had enough money to actually put life-changing money into basically all those projects. And it's like 48 or 52. And I'm not trying to be a wise guy, but that's your answer. And you're correct. Hollywood, you're over the target. Hollywood, you are correct. You're astute. You're saying what I always say, which is, in the beginning, it is that water gun game at the carnival where you want to concentrate, focus, power, young Jedi. I just mixed two movies together. I mixed The Karate Kid with Star Wars. Concentrate, focus, power. Daniel's son, young Jedi. No. You only have so much to focus of that little water gun, right? So you got to make sure you focus in the beginning. So Tanker always says never financial advice, but in the beginning, you want to take what little firepower you have, which is like, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, a lot of folks to put into investment and never touch again and watch it ride down, drop sometimes down to 60% or something, and then be able to, of course, buy some more of that stuff and never worry about paying mortgage, food, blah, 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 blah. Okay. You know the whole deal. Only money that you can afford to put in a bonfire is what you're putting into crypto or whatever. Never financial advice. That's my opinion. Okay. Now, when we do this, why do I always lose my train of thought? Oh, when we do this, I got my train of thought again. If somebody can afford to do that at very low prices when the asset class, Hollywood, is so nascent and so young, and we're so early to crypto, and find ISOs not bragging 6 to 8 months before anybody finds them, not bragging. I'm not. That sounds like bragging, but I want everybody to know the truth. This is the truth. I found them first. Unless somebody can prove on a timeline, and I can't prove it, which sucks, so everybody's going to say no. But I swear to my wife, I can show yes, I can. I can show Binance Wallet when I bought and show the date of purchase with blocking out the other stuff. I can prove when I bought the ISOs 6 to 8 months before anybody bought them. So now, Hollywood, imagine what happens when somebody buys them that early at those low bargain prices and starts going, I could buy a whole mess of these different awesome projects that I researched early and found out years later that actually I was right. That I had the ability to purchase enough. Please, come on. Truth be known, my wife makes a lot more money than me. Okay, so fine. I had the ability to have a wife on board as well. A lot of folks didn't. A lot of guys had to struggle with the wife and say, honey, the old Irish fighting guy, honey, come on. We got to buy these cryptos. And the wife's going, not on your life. You're not buying any more of that internet money. And so the guy's trying to sneak and buy crypto. He can only buy a little bit around the why, blah, blah, blah. That's what's going on with most. Okay, I am rare, where I have the other half of me that A, makes a lot more money than me, and B, is in crypto even more than I am, into it more than I am, wants to buy more than me. You see? Now you're starting to get a picture. Now it changes, and now you understand why you were getting a fuzzy picture. Because I had the ability to do that. In my household, they had the ability to do that, to go on that many, including AI projects, and to go that heavy with that many diverse projects. We don't do that in the beginning if we don't have enough firepower to do, and we're in kind of later in the game. You can't do that. XRP's already, if you say XRP and then try to say price right after that, the mind does XRP. Try it. Try the fun exercise. It's fun. Try it with yourself in the mirror. I know you don't have a YouTube channel, but try it. Go grab a little microphone. Go grab a pen and get into the mirror and go try it. And think about price and say XRP and think about price and then say XRP. You're going to say XRP. So anyway, XRP is obviously at $1.50 or whatever, $1.80, whatever the hell it's at right now. Come on, we got XRP way back, and so did a lot of other people, like 17 cents. A huge difference. You try to get XRP now. What are you going to get XRP at now for a price? Come on! You can't do a lot with that firepower. You already almost priced out XRP. See what I mean? So if you're in early when this stuff is 0.005 cents, 0.001 cent, see what I mean? You can go put a measly $500 in, $1,000 in, and get frickin' 60,000 shares. Are you catching my drift? Y'all didn't get, and I'm not being a jerk, y'all didn't get crypto early enough if you weren't able to get 48, 50 awesome projects with some good, decent amount of capital put in, is my opinion, and be able to hold massive. That means you just got in a little too late. No worries, nothing wrong. It's too late to have that kind of action. You got in, let me be accurate in how I speak. You got in then too late to have that kind of effect. All right? That's it. You just did. You got in too late to have that massive effect like that. And I got in too late to Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these others to have the massive effect that the Bitcoin folk had, getting in at freaking like $2, $12. There's people who got a Bitcoin at like $6. I'm like, you, please. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you finding the world's next thing. Let me get over to the comment section. Do me a favor, studio. Don't pour it over the expensive equipment. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to hear it later. Oh, yeah, studio play no games. I'm going to hear it later. All right. Ren says, wait, hang on. We got other comments. We got Lodge in the comments. Hollywood says, most projects, startups fail. Yes, most of them do. That's true, Hollywood. Lodge says a 10-month and 12 months year. Here, all right, here's the issue. Here's the thing, Hollywood. Here's the beauty of, if somebody can get enlarged to other projects, here's the beauty to multiple projects. If XRP goes not to the moon, but to the sewage drain, I could care less. I'm being dead honest with you. I really could care less. That was my knowing with this crypto thing, that I would buy X amount of projects. I couldn't say exactly, but X amount would fail and 2 or 3 would effing crush it. To the tune of changing my life in the most ridiculous. I'm talking about like freaking 30, 40, 50, 70. I'm talking about ridiculous. Okay? So stop. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think people understand what kind of language we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about. Okay? All right. Now you understand the game we're playing, and you'll understand if you get into the Patreon. All right? We're not playing games here on the channel. All right? All right. I had to do that to set people straight, because I think people might not understand with calmness and the ultimate in humility. I really mean that. That the person you're following, what I've actually done with crypto. I don't think people get it. You won't get it unless I told you. And I've never told you, and I still haven't told you, but you're starting to get an idea. Tangem, I've got to be careful because I've actually got I got to be careful. I've got a meeting with Tangem. I've got to be careful of my timing. Yes, I've got a meeting coming up here this morning. I've got to be careful of my timing, and I'm okay. Lodge says, 10 months, I'll get to your Tangem question. I've got to get back to the comments, guys, a little bit. Lodge says 10 a month and 12 months a year, 120 years, so 240 for 2 years. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, and it's not bad. I feel like it's totally worth it. Marcher says, hey, Crypto Wrench, interesting, smart to practice. Wrench says, well, some took 16 minutes, 8 minutes, and the best one 9 seconds. Wow. Wow. Have any Tangem wallet users seen they are implementing a hot wallet feature? No, I haven't. Big red flag. I don't like that idea at all. It's funny. I'm meeting with them this morning, and I can't stand hot wallets. I can't wait to meet with Tangem this morning and tank them, and I'm not being a jerk. I bet everybody else goes on and kisses their asses, and I could care less, and I don't care what anybody's doing. I'm going to go on there and give them peace of my mind. No, I don't like a hot wallet. Dumb. Anyway, no, not cool, Tangem. I'm going to have to give you a piece of my mind this morning. Yes, I hop on. Don't worry, I'll speak for us. I talked to him this morning, Hollywood. Captain Wrench. No, I understand. Yeah, come on. Nothing wrong. Tangent, God bless you. You got to do a cold hot wallet. What are you going to do? These others do hot wallets as well, Hollywood. What are you going to do? You just got to know what you're playing with. And if you're on a hot wallet, I don't like it because what happens, I know why you don't like it, because folks are fooled. And they think they're using something that's safe, and they're using a hot wallet, and the bridge gets hacked, and boom, they're done. Anyway, Wrench. Some had to be converted to ETH, and some cost less than, I know, 0.03 XRP to send 1,000 tokens. Crazy. I don't know. That's great. Well, I do know, but I haven't done it yet. That's crazy. Some had to be converted to ETH, he's saying, and some cost less than 0.03 XRP to send 1,000 tokens. What's it going to be, though, to send when XRP is at $500 in XRP? That's my question. I had my crypto stolen from Exodus 5 years ago, says Defordum. Defordum. Defordum? Is that what your name is supposed to be? I'm trying to figure this out. I hate to hear that. I'm sorry, buddy. I had a ledger a week before that. I was pulling off setting up. Huh. You think it was your ledger how you got hacked? Trying to figure out what you're saying there. I hate to hear that. Man, I hate to hear that. Ah, gosh, I hate to hear that. I never want to hear that. Put 5K into SMP. Oh, I think you mean the S&P 500 done. I think that's what you're saying. Wrench is saying the S&P getting, not 9% or so. A proven track record of about 9%. Inflation is really about 7 or so or more, about 9. So really, when you come and look at it, you're either making 3% on your money or nothing. So that's what's happening, Wrench. Nothing wrong. I'm stating the truth. Your inflation is more like 9 to 10 to 12% that everybody's really realizing. So, the gains that we're getting on the S&P, not even handling inflation, but keeping the money safe at least. I'm not saying don't do it. I think government trying to shut down again. I don't know. I think the shutdown's happening because they're turning everything on right now. And I'm a little tinfoil hat guy, but I think they're turning everything on, and that's why the government shut down right now, and that's why they're doing it and pushing through things like, things they don't want us necessarily that we know we don't latch onto readily, such as digital IDs and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's my opinion. Hollywood says, I get what you are saying. I've been in a decade, and I think focusing all capital in 10 versus 40 plus would have a better ROI in 10 rather than 40 plus. I agree, but here's the deal, Hollywood. I was able to go 10 ridiculously heavy, like life-changing on those 10, like you're talking, including the ISOs. I was able to do that and also do the same thing on most of the others I chose. So I'm not bragging, but I was able to do that. So I'm not arguing with you, but I agree with you, but I was able to even do better than what you're saying there. So I was able to do that. I'm blessed. I'm able to be blessed. I'm about to invite all you guys to my party. XR Prime, XR P-Rhyme. Are you playing on words, Rero? That's very intelligent of you to pull that right there. Captain Wrench says, 17 cents? Yo! Oh, yeah, I thought you had said that. No, somebody said, Wrench, didn't you say you got it at like 5 cents? I thought somebody said they got XRP at like 5 cents or 3 cents. Ours, the majority, I think, was 43 cents average purchase price. Yeah, Rero says S&P 7. Mrs. Lupe says, how long before your Patreon's up? I don't know. I know people are waiting. I need to work on it because I have to work on my other businesses as well. A couple other businesses that I do. If you can, I was going to say, if you can call this a business. This proves to take more of my time, energy, focus, and lately with enhancements and things, some of my money than the other businesses. YouTube's hilarious. Oh, it's the iceberg. Media always is. I have a PR degree. I should have known that. I have an emphasis in public relation communications, a degree, and also biology, which is an interesting one, huh? I like to be well balanced. I like to make sure I can communicate well and be a nice, a proper liaison between the humans and also nature. Uh, yeah, hilarious. The Patreon will be up, I would say, probably in a week or two. That's my goal, is to get it up within a couple of weeks. You always want to ask somebody if you want something done in business, because people are going to say, I'm going to do this, that, the other thing, this, that, the other thing. You always want to get to, do you mind giving me a timeline and saying when? You want to narrow down a time. Always. A master understands this, of course. Eros says, can you summarize what you talk so far? I just got here. Oh, I think I bore the living ape shit out of people, crap out of people who are in here, Eros. I can. What we primarily do, if I can do it very quickly, is to tell you that I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't for financial advice, for informational educational purposes only. Crypto is very risky. You can lose your socks, your shorts, your pants, your glasses, everything in crypto. You must talk to your RIA, which is your registered investment advisor, that lovely individual that comes and sits down every Friday morning at your kitchen table and tells you about your 401ks. And after that, your doctor leaves with their doctor bag. I'm kidding. They don't come and sit at your kitchen table. That's my little joke I like to use. But they do. By the way, truth be known, I interviewed for Lincoln Financial coming out of college back in the day, back in, 99? Boy, I'm old. And they were like, well, you got all the attributes we need. You're hired. Boom, boom, boom. And I went home and told the wife, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm selling people financial products and books. She's like, sounds kind of crappy. Are you sure you want to take that? No, I didn't take the job. Anyway, how funny. I remember back to that. I'm like, wow, I actually could have worked for Lincoln Financial back on the East Coast back in the day. Anyway, we were talking about the three. It's not about me. It's about these three. It's about XRP, XLM, and XDC. It's about the other 5 ISOs, which are IOTA, Algo, HBAR, Quant, ADA. So we're about, and by the way, I think Flare talks ISO as well too. And what we're talking about is ISO 20022, which is the messaging language that ISO, which is the International Standard of Operations, ISO.org. ISO.org. Go to or write down. You're going to have to take notes when you watch this channel, because the guy talks so freaking fast. And if you're trying to catch up, you don't already know this stuff, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you're talking too fast. How am I going to get this stuff? Well, don't worry. I'll repeat enough, like the channel 555 555 5555. That's 555 555 5555. I'm always going to do that, repeat the important things, even if I'm talking fast. Don't worry. I'm going to shout them out whenever I know them so that you know them and you can jot them down on a piece of paper and go research later, because that's what we're about on this channel. You asked me to catch up. I'm doing it as fast as I can. So the International Standard of Operations has a best practices messaging code for everything in the industry, including garbage removal, including surgical equipment, including finance, including culinary, everything. Go to their website, ISO.org, and you will see one of the largest entities on the planet that you never knew existed. Anyway, they have a messaging code, and they have others for banking industries. This latest one is called ISO 20022. It's a rich data banking messaging language that allows for other cryptocurrencies, blockchain technologies that can speak this language to actually message, I suppose you could say, through them. I hope I said that properly, or else I'm going to hear it from you. This crypto's like Bill Buckner. Remember Bill Buckner back in the 80s? Remember? The ball went through his legs, World Series? Yeah, great player, but everybody's going to remember one mistake you made in crypto. I can know 99,000 things in crypto and spot it all off, and I make one mistake, everybody's going to go, oh, see, you got that wrong, Tank. What a bunch of knucklehead. Anyway, I love everybody, but please grow up. Anyway, as if this isn't good enough for everybody when I'm spouting off. So anyway, what happens is the Financial Stability Board is the FSB, okay? And they're one of the other largest entities you'd ever heard of on the planet. To understand crypto, you got to understand the large macro structure and how our monetary system is created and how it's run. And I don't have a lot of time, so I got to run through this fast. Now, take notes whenever you can, because I'm going to say the things that matter the most. Again, FSB, 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 FSB. Go check FSB. All right, Financial Stability Board. They give the marching orders to G20 countries. G20 countries. G20 countries. I'll say it again. This is what you're going to write down and research later. G20 countries. Thank you. Now, they give the marching orders to the BIS. BIS, BIS. You write that down. BIS, BIS. That's the Bank of International Settlements. That's the central bank of all the central banks. They give the marching orders to the Fed, which is the central bank for us, the Bank of Japan, blah, 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 all right? The Central Bank of Egypt, which, by the way, Ripple's working with the CBD for some time, also the Central Bank of Bhutan and some other countries, in Montenegro and some others. Anyway, getting back to this. Check out the FSB. Write that down. Go research. They're the Financial Stability Board. So I'm sorry, Bank of International. You do want to write that down, but also Bank of International Settlements. So Augustus Karsten is this awesome big guy who used to be the head of the Bank of Mexico, the Central Bank of Mexico, but he's the head of the Bank of International Settlements right now. He is the big boss. He gives the Financial Stability Board is really the big boss. They make sure that everybody else coincides and all the other banks, all the other federal banks stay in line, and then the federal banks give the marching orders to the JP Morgans and all the other huge banks, at least in our country. And that's how that works. And then, of course, you got our FOMC meeting where you got the Free Open Market Committee. You got our chair of the board, which there's 13 board members, and the head chair member is Jerome Powell right now. Next, it'll be whatever, Warsh, I guess, Kevin Warsh. But anyway, they get up there, read a teleprompter, and they say what the Fed wants to do, which was created, of course, off Jekyll Island. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Go read The Creature of Jekyll Island, Creature of Jekyll Island. Creature of Jekyll Island. Write that down, go research. All right, I'm trying to bring you all up to speed. Now, what you want to do is then go, I hope this is helping everybody, and then what you do is go do research digital assets and go find out about OpenCoin and Bitcoin and how the XRP ledger was created. Go check out David Schwartz's patent, which is 1988. You can literally just go Google his patent and see, shout out to Apex Crypto covering this the other day in a video, reminding us that you could totally use his patent and Bitcoin is just that. And Schwartz actually ran Bitcoin on XRP ledger. Anyway, oh, please. Anyway, I hope I've kind of caught us up to speed. Anybody who's got these ISO 20022 coins, they have been they are going to be translating essentially for our new QFS, which is our new quantum financial system. That's where Quant comes in with its overledger technology. Please see our videos on everything I'm saying right now. Go to the video section, click videos, and start learning. We have a video set that we just put out. And by the way, we haven't put a long-form video out because our tech guy has made a move. Our production guy, shout out to Luke. We wish you the best of luck with your ventures and your new happenings and what you're doing in the world. God bless you, my brother. You are awesome. Going out to do huge things in the world. Holy crap. Like the next Elon Musk kind of dude. Hilarious. Shout out to you, Luke. We love you, buddy. We wish you the best of luck, and thanks for helping and bringing our channel to where you brought it, but now you are off, and now Tanker is doing this thing on his own, so I've got to kind of like learn and do a lot of different things and probably hire somebody, but anyway, how long before Patreon's up? It'll be up here shortly. I know that's a long-winded answer, and that can summarize what I talked so far. I hope I summarized and brought us up to speed. Be careful what you wish for there, Eros. I just wailed you. If I understand correctly, Tangem is implementing a bridge that can link. Yeah, I know. I don't know if I like it. I'll talk to him this morning and see what the deal is. I don't know if I'm going to be signing on with Tangem. I'll have to see. I probably switched to Decent, Ledger, or I love me some Decent and I love me some Ledger, and that's what I've been using. Last minute you get customers' info stolen. I probably switched to Decent. Ledger lost me when they got customer info stolen. I think it can happen to Decent too, just so you know, because they could be next up to bat, Hollywood. But they might not be. And I do use both. And no, I don't like that about Ledger. I know. I totally hear you, Hollywood. I totally agree. I'm not loving that on Ledger's side of things. Not cool. Because all that means, don't worry, you're safe with Ledger. All that means is you're going to get hacked a lot more. You're going to get phishing attempts a lot more to try to hack you. All you got to do is just be careful. But they're going to be able to phish you a lot more if they have info on you now. So you're going to see your phishing attempts increase, is what that means. Hiccups hitting me. Theodore, welcome into the channel this morning, my brother. Sorry if I missed it, but which co-wallet do you recommend? Well, I have been using Ledger Nano X for quite some time. I've also been using Decent. I've also been using Elapal Wallet for some time. I love them. I love them all. I'll be talking to Tangem in a little while this morning. We'll see. We might be using Tangem. I don't like the hot wallet idea. I'll have to talk to them very plainly about that. Not cool. I don't like it. It's personal. I don't like it. Arrow, 7 to 9% inflation. Where you live, ? Inflation is 2.8% this year. Not true. Inflation, let me catch you up to speed, Eros. Here's the deal. Okay, Eros, here's the deal. In the U.S., inflation is not 2.8% this year. You know, that's not your number. You're saying that because they're telling you that's the number, and you're running with that number. What they also told you, if they consider our inflation number, which is what they will use as their next number they give you. By the way, that number right there, just so you know, that 2.8%, That's a core CPI number. That's a core CPI number. Go Google that, Eros. Google core CPI numbers. Or AI or whatever. Okay? And then AI super core CPI numbers. Yeah, that 2.8% is a core CPI number. That's not including your food nor your inflation. It's more like 7 to 9 to 11% your inflation. That's not true. What you're saying, what they're saying to you is how you're interpreting it. They're telling you it's 2.8%, but they're telling you they're using core CPI numbers. And as they do that, that means that number there does not include your food and your inflation. And Supercore, when they tell you they're giving you that number, which is going to be a little bit higher than this one, is not including your food, your energy, nor is it including your housing, meaning your shelter, meaning your rent or your mortgage. So careful about what we bite into and learn the truth. That's why you're on the channel. Some folks may be getting caught up to speed more than they realized. I told the truth on that. That's accurate, what I just said. Play the video back and fact check me with chat, and you will come to see the truth, that they are telling you the truth. No offense to you. You're not understanding their language they're using. They're not lying to you or me or anybody. And I didn't understand the language either until some recent years. Anyway, I hope we're having fun on the channel. Guys, we're going to have to dip out. We've been on for an hour and a half this morning. Thank you for joining and tuning in to Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy. With that, Tanker, I will get to your last comments because I've been negligent in the comments. So hang on now. Hollywood says, Eros, the government studied inflation rate is not. Yeah, see, that's what we're trying to say here. Thank you for spitting the truth, Hollywood. Inflation minimum 2 times in real life. Exactly. Rero is correct. Eros says, Hollywood, I didn't know that. So if the government inflation rate is not correct, what's the actual inflation rate? And where do you get the correct inflation rate? You get the correct inflation rate to answer you very kindly. And good job, Eros. Eros, good job turning it around immediately and understanding without an ego or anything like that and just being like, wow, I didn't know they did that. And like, that's what I did too. When I found out, I was like, whoa, I didn't know they did that. Don't worry. We're going to get off the episode. And if everybody's like, you said you were going to end it. Who cares? I saw something interesting that's important and I need to help people. You get it simply from watching what they're saying and researching because they will tell you our core CPI numbers are blah, blah, blah. And when you go ahead and chat GPT or whatever, what core CPI numbers are, they will tell you they do not include food. So all the food that goes into the human bodies on the planet in the United States, all the food, nor energy. Wait, you talk about all the gasoline that gets put in the car, all the heating oil that goes into my home to keep me warm, all the diesel that goes into all the machinery to do all the work, all the construction on the planet and build everything, and all the cities, and Austin, Texas, everywhere, all over the planet, blah, blah, blah. All the food and fuel is not included. Son tells me that's a big portion of the number of what folks be spending money on. Now, why wouldn't you be including that in the inflation number you give? Because that's the way we do it. Powell, it's a core CPI number. By the way, it does not include shelter or housing either. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't include shelter or housing either, the supercore number. Oh, the things you learn in there, Rose. Oh, boy. New sub, yeah, thank you. And I learned it from somebody else, so shout out to the folks who taught me this and my learning, and including Chad and some other and Google and whatever. But anyway, thank you. And Eros, you're pretty cool for seeing it that way, because a lot of folks would get all antsy if they realized they didn't know that after kind of like, a lot of their life. That's how what I had to do with finance and crypto, guys. I learned that I was being whipped around like a wet dish rag with finance by the powers that be. Because I didn't know it, and I didn't go to a mystery school or a finance school or Wharton School of Business. Although I grew up right near Yale and Harvard, which was weird area. I love it, but weird. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you join us tomorrow on Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Strength to Crypto Tank. Please tap like and subscribe. Send us out to everybody. Hope you understand that Arrow's final comment says, haha, I understand now, and I just didn't know they would lie about it. Well, no, look at now. They didn't lie about it. They told you, but they told you in a language that they knew we wouldn't understand unless we got deep into finance or a little deeper. So that's what we're doing on the channel. We're trying to learn. Thank you for learning, and good for you for learning. Thank you so much. Whoops. Thank you so much for learning and coming in here. Everybody in our chat, I love you all. And you know that, Rero. You know that, Eros newcomer. Thanks for stubbing. Share us with you, with everybody. Hollywood Rangers, we love you. Monsters. Theo, you know we love you too, buddy. Mrs. Loopy. Captain Wrench, we love you, buddy. You know that's true. Defordim, we love you. I'm going to shout them all out. Shout them out when you know the answers, Lodge. We love you, buddy. I don't want to miss anybody. I got to go through because if I miss one person, that ain't cool. I mentioned Mrs. Loopy. We're going to shout you twice because that's how important you are. We're shouting you out twice to Mrs. Loopy. For a female in the crypto space who is not, I don't think, 20 years old anymore and is learning crypto, good for you. Crypto Midwest, we love you. Marster, you know we love you. All right. Oh, by the way, Stuart, thanks for coming back in. And you know, Art, we love you too, my brother. Thanks for tuning into Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy. Please share us, and we'll catch you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Colorado time.